The Droid also has a car home application, which brings you to this menu here, um, where you can. It's designed to use in a car, but you can use voice search for anything. You could just search for something on Google, or you could look at your contacts or just do a general search. Navigation is the most interesting thing here. Fortunately, it lets you do voice search for navigation. So, say we want to go to Northern Kentucky International. We just tap voice search and say directions to Northern Kentucky International. And it'll come up with this little icon which will show us it's going to give us directions. And then it'll show, directions from my location to Northern Kentucky International. And then it'll give me the option to list the directions as it did before, or navigate, which is the new thing. And obviously it's a beta, so there are going to be some issues with it, but it does work surprisingly well. And this just shows the whole map, and obviously the green is the traffic on the way. And it's a really cool use of the phone's GPS, and it's completely free. There's no subscription. This is through Google, so it's kind of surprising that Verizon would allow them to do this, considering Verizon has their own navigation system. Also included is Street View for every turn. So if you see here, it'll show you the actual street and then overlay your turn on top of it. That said, it's still kind of messed up. See here, it's telling me to do a U-turn, which is kind of crazy. And I wouldn't need to do that if I was, if I was actually navigating in this. I know the directions, fortunately, but the rest of the directions are right. It's just there's some quirks they need to work out, like not making you do U-turns, or sometimes it'll lead you in circles or something like that. Overall, I really love the Droid. It's an amazing device, and one of the main advantages of the Droid is the faster processor. Even though it's clocked to 20 or 30 hertz faster than the HTC Hero and most other Android phones, it really does make a difference. Although you can't really tell when switching home screens because it's kind of jittery, it does make a big difference when opening applications. That little animation there is new, and it's just really, really a great interface now. On the Hero, even scrolling through a simple web page would jitter and look like it's lagging a little bit. But now it runs perfectly smoothly, like it does on the iPhone, and like it should, frankly. The browser seems to be faster in general, and surfing the web is just a great experience. The browser has some new features, and when I go to a web page, let's try Wikipedia. When I go to a web page that's, big web page, it'll bring me to a overview of it. Unfortunately, the Droid does not have multi-touch, but it does allow you to double tap to zoom in, and this is pretty helpful on most pages, rather than the annoying little zoom tab there. Unfortunately, to zoom back out, you will have to use that little tab there. So obviously Wikipedia shows up amazing on here. This is the mobile version, with the M there and the URL, but it does show up really well, and even more complex sites that aren't made for the mobile browser show up very well. Let's try BBC. I'm sure they have a mobile version though. And surfing the web is very fast on Verizon's 3G network. It the browser might not be as quick as the iPhone, but it is pretty fast, and it's very easy to find your way around and stuff. And the browser is just a joy to use. It's all these little animations and stuff make it really cool, and they all run smoothly, fortunately, without any hitches or anything. And that little animation going back to the home screen is pretty nifty as well. Uh, it does borrow heavily from the iPhone with that little animation of bringing stuff up. However, it's how many ways are you going to do a little animation to bring up a program on a device? That's a pretty darn good way to do it. So, anyway, in the end, I love the Droid, and sending texts and everything is very easy with the full QWERTY keyboard, and it's just a joy to use. Fortunately, the new message, the message application on the Droid is fairly full-featured, and you can use the full QWERTY keyboard however you want, and it's pretty easy to use. Typing on the keyboard is not ideal, but it's pretty good, and far better than a touchscreen keyboard on any device, I'd say. So, once again, I love the Droid. It's an amazing device. Get it if you can. Seriously, it's that good. It's way better than the Droid Aris or the Hero, in my opinion, because of the faster processor and the full keyboard, and well, it does have that flash, and also I seem to be tapping these buttons intermittently, but and also it's just an amazing device. I mean, how sleek it is for a full QWERTY device, and the massive screen. You just can't really compare this phone to any other phone, although Verizon does with the Droid commercials, which are awesome. Almost as awesome as the device. So, if you're watching this, just go out and buy it now.